Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. It's your girl, it's your girl, it's your girl, it's your girl, Leilana Bell. Like, share, and subscribe. How are you guys doing this morning? I woke up and little to my understanding, it is 60 degrees in Florida. 60 degrees in Florida. 60 degrees in Florida. Okay, I think I got the camera right. I also wanted to let you guys know who was messaging me about my Cash App, my Zelle. One of my lovely subscribers did help me set it up. So I do have it. I'm going to post it in the chat and it's also going to be in the comment section. It is $LAYLANA and the number 7. LAYLANA, the number 7. So Leilana, the number 7. So of course, you need the $, Leilana, and the number 7. Why the number 7? The number 7 is completion. That's just, I like the number 7. So, and it was available because my name wasn't. So anyway, it is there. It is posted in the chat and in the comments. And for those of you who only do Zelle, I will figure out how to get that linked up as well. But Cash App, as you know, is I think what I normally use. But anyway, going through the trauma and the PTSD and having the support of my subscribers to call and check in, to email, to text, to Facebook, to whatever social media way that you reached out to me. Again, I say thank you. Thank you for the concern. Thank you for calling. I will be uploading more videos today of some other things that have transpired that has basically been a domino effect. And I also wanted to say there is nothing wrong with getting counseling, therapy, mental health. The first step is acknowledging that you need it. And then the big step that makes you an adult is going to go get the help that you need. So during this situation, I have reached out for therapy, and I have had wonderful success. Let's just say I am looking for something for you guys. I don't want to misquote it. There is a crisis hotline. I Googled it last night. It is 988, which is the crisis lifeline. From my understanding, the 988 is supposed to be work everywhere in the United States. 988 mental health crisis helpline. There are prompts on there for veterans if you are suicidal, and according to what they say, it is staffed 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for mental health resources. They can refer you, speak to someone in your area. You just tell them what the issues are. They're just a wealth of knowledge. I believe they have like a directory of mental health things that they can give you, and numbers and resources that they can give you. But the first step is reaching out for help. Don't be afraid. Don't be embarrassed. It's definitely part of me overcoming the trauma, being able to talk about it as far as the domestic violence relates, and also the PTSD with being stalked by a stalker for 2.5 years. That has caused me sleepless nights, which is very upsetting. That the stalker has not just moved on. I believe the motivation is racially motivated. That the person is stalking me. That Karen is stalking me. I have not been retaliatory at all. I do not promote violence in any way, shape, or form. But as I said, you poke a bear, you poke a bear, you poke a bear, the bear pokes you back. You cry wolf that someone's bothering you, but you're stalking them. You're driving across state lines to check a PO box to see if they're there. That is definitely some mental health issues. And to be walking around, have your mental health walking around unaddressed. We have seen that. We've seen that play out in society, on the news, in the media. What happens when we walk around and mental health is not addressed? So I want to be an advocate for that. I don't want to see another person walk around without getting the assistance that they need, without getting the help that they need, whether it's mental health counseling, letting them guide you and direct you in the right way. And so, thank you for giving me this platform so that I am able to reach people. And when you guys reach out to me personally, it lets me know that I am making an impact. So if I help just one person get out of a domestic violence relationship, just one person deal with the PTSD, then I've helped someone, because someone had to help me. Someone had to reach me for me to pull the strength to talk about it, to post the videos of what domestic violence is. Domestic violence escalates. It never de-escalates, because the person who is doing the domestic violence needs mental health counseling. And most of the time, the victim is not strong enough to endure it before it becomes more volatile. There are women who don't deserve, definitely, and men, not just women, victims who don't deserve, whether they're male or female, to be verbally abused, physically abused, mentally abused. And also, the abuse can be financial, meaning I'm the breadwinner, I control the money. So that is control. So I'm controlling you because I control the money. So you can't do anything without me. It's still a form of abuse. Because you're withholding something, you're hanging something over someone's head, over the victim's head. And so we have to be in a position where you have a safety plan. You have a code word that you say to a family member or a friend to let them know that you're in trouble, to send help. And I always say, send help, don't get involved, because the one that comes to help sometimes is the one that gets hurt or injured. Not purposely, but those things do happen. So definitely send law enforcement to your area, and just also remember that they're not necessarily trained in domestic violence. They're just trained to say, this is a civil matter, I don't know, can't make you leave. And we see how that turned out for a couple of victims. It didn't. They didn't make it because the police were not trained to know the aggressor, to get rid of the aggressor, to protect the victim. Or sometimes they couldn't decide who the aggressor was and who the victim was, so they chose to do nothing. And a lot of these officers are new, and it's just lack of training. And unfortunately, that falls on the victim, because the victim is who suffers. The person who is enduring it, their voice is not being heard. And then most of the time, it's retaliatory. They're retaliatory. It's retaliated. They're retaliated on by the perpetrator, because they spoke up, because they had a voice and they said something. You guys come on in. Thank you. Like, share, and subscribe. You guys come on in, sign on in. Cash App is posted. For those of you who need Zelle, please let me know. I will try to get that set up. I understand there's a few more prompts and I have to link it to something else, a bank. And so those sort of things. Cash App was just really simple. It took me just a minute or two. One of my subscribers showed me how to set it up. And so it's set up so that you guys can assist if you so choose in my situation. I would greatly appreciate it. And of course, if you ask me to keep your monetary donation confidential, I will do that. I don't breach confidentiality. For those of you who said, I want to help, please don't mention my name or whatever. And then those of you who have said it's okay to say your name on the live stream, I have done that. Big shout out, thumbs up to say thank you for your support. Even anything helps when you're in this situation. and you're transitioning to another situation, which is a healthier situation, a better situation. So for you to love anybody, your mental state must be healthy. And how that's determined is who's around you. Who's in your immediate circle matters so much. That negative energy, is it negative? Is it positive? Are you dealing with what type of personality trait? What type of diagnosis are you dealing with? Is it bipolar? Is it narcissistic behavior? Is it no daddy in the home syndrome? Is it I know that I need help, but I'm not willing to get the help? And so all of those things matter when we look at it as a whole. And as society, we see what happens when mental health is unaddressed. We see what happens. Innocent people are hurt. People are, using weapons because they can't physically fight. No one wants to duke it out like in the old days. You punch me, I punch you, everybody go on about their way. We have to go grab a firearm or we have to go grab a knife because we don't physically want to fight. We just want to pick up a weapon. Back in the day, we fought on the playground on Tuesday. By Tuesday afternoon at 6, we was back friends again. Nobody really cared and took all of these things serious. Now it's violence. No one wants to fight fair. We all got to pick up a weapon and fight instead of just taking your weapon. Take your weapon. If you get beat, you get beat. If you win, you win. You win some and you lose some. But that in itself is a mental issue, that you feel the need to pick up a weapon and hurt someone. Are you ready to deal with those consequences? Because there's consequences for every action. And then you become the aggressor when you pick up a weapon. Because you can't bring a knife to a fist fight, vice versa. You can't bring a knife to a gunfight. Well, you can, but you probably won't win. So those things have to be addressed. And they have to be mentally addressed, because if you're truly in fear of your life, or are you just in fear that you can't win the fight fair and square? You can't just duke it out. What do they call it now? Punch you, you punch me, and it's over with. And everybody moves on. But we pick up a weapon. We got to be retaliatory because someone's feelings is hurt because I punch you, you punch me, and you got the best of me, or however that goes. So that's what I see. I see a lot of things that are instigated on social media, meaning it starts on social media and then it plays out in the real life. You block me, I block you. I can't control my emotions. Let's fight, but we don't fight. Let's shoot each other when we see each other, or let's do a drive-by, and the innocent people are hurt. That is a mental health issue, in my opinion. Guys, this is just my personal opinion for entertainment purposes only. I am not a therapist in any means. I am just speaking from a place of being a victim of domestic violence and being a victim of PTSD from being stalked for 2.5 years, and the things that I see every day in the media, the things that I see that play out because mental health has gone unaddressed. Come on in, my subscribers. I see you guys signing on. Thank you for the thumbs up. I can't see who did the thumbs up, but I do see a thumbs up. I don't see any comments in the chat just yet, but the chat is up. So if you guys need to reach out to me after this live has posted, please reach out to me. If you guys need to say something, obviously in confidentiality, reach me on the Greatness website inbox, and you'll receive a response, and we can have that private one-on-one conversation. For the ladies or the victims, I don't want to keep saying ladies because a victim can be a male or a female. For the victims who have reached out to me, I want to say this. It takes great strength and great courage to reach out to me to share your story. First. Secondly, know that you have done nothing wrong. The abuser has an issue. Whether the abuser tempted you and you couldn't take it anymore and you became retaliatory, that's an unhealthy relationship because all parties are now out of character. So when that happens, there has to be separation. You can no longer play patty cake. It has to be a separation because now everybody's out of order. Tempers are raging. People who can't control their emotions can't control it. Things are being said that you can't take back. And those words cut deep. It's an open wound and you're pouring salt on them. And the only way to heal from that is to separate yourself from that negative energy. And it starts with mentally checking out. It starts with mentally acknowledging that there is a problem. I need to do what works for me. And also being the best version of yourself. I always say that. I want to be the best version of me. Am I going to be perfect? No. But I want to be the best version of me. So whatever that looks like, I have to be whole for me. I have to be 100% for me because I can't be there for anyone if I'm broken and I'm walking in brokenness and I'm not healed and I'm not getting the mental health counseling that I need. And it's okay to say that. It's okay to say, today I'm at my capacity. You know what? Because I say that. What does that mean? I don't want to deal with nobody else stuff. I don't want to talk to nobody else. I can turn off my phone. I am at my capacity. I am not obligated to return any messages. Just because you text me, you may or may not get an answer back. Why? Because this is my phone and I pay the bill. So I don't have to answer you back. And there are certain people that feel entitlement that when they text you, they see you read it. They got an app to tell you you read it and then say, I see you read it. You didn't respond. Oh, you definitely won't get a response out of me then because everything doesn't want a response. And I don't have to acknowledge you speaking to me. Why? Because slavery ended in 1863. So there's no master that's going to come out with a whip and whip me because I didn't respond to whomever. So let's always keep that in mind, especially for individuals who think that they're entitled for a response. And I will say this, if you think you are entitled to a response, or if you think you are entitled to an apology, and let me just say this, if you think you're entitled to an apology from me, don't hold your breath on it because you're going to need some oxygen. I've had one or two people in my life tell me, I think you owe me an apology. Well, you can sit there and wait on it, but don't hold your breath because you're going to need some oxygen if you're waiting. I'm just saying, because that's entitlement. You don't get to control a situation or a conversation based on your emotions. And that's also selfishness, amongst other things. All right, guys, I just wanted to put that out there. Cash App is in the chat. It's in the comments. You guys like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for your monetary donations. I appreciate you. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your inboxing me to see if I'm okay. I really appreciate it. Leilani Bell, like, share, and subscribe.